Good morning, you lovely lot. Yes, Angela, insomnia sucks. I've not had it for a lot of years, but yeah, it sucks. Jamie, Daisy, how are you doing, you lovely, lovely lot? So we're back, where I said I'd never come again. Pizza. There shouldn't be. If there's any cows here, I'm in trouble. So we're at the site of a rail disaster. This place, the atmosphere is awful. I've always called it Scary Woods, and I didn't know the story. It's actually Nessie. Fawn, how you doing? Good to see you. It was actually Nessie that found the article. I had no idea that there was a railway disaster here, and I lived for 15 years in a stone's throw. So it's like, wow. Daisy, Shandy, all right? Yes, doing the early bird. That used to be like that. So, well, Pines. And they logged it. Stevie boy, how you doing? Scott, good morning. How y'all doing? That being Rose busy. Oh, is it a farmer coming? It must be. Is it a farmer? No, horses, I think. Curbside, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. This wood freaks me out. Oh no, it's a shopping delivery wagon. So in 1926, the 30th of August, a bus, no, they were open top and just like a huge car, not a bus like we have, was coming from Gilsland this way to Alston, I believe. And the gatekeeper that lived at the house that we're going to stay let it through the junction. The bus driver turned and luckily he saw there was a train on the tracks. He went to speed off. The front end of the bus got off the crossings, but the back end didn't. 8 people from the bus died, and so did the gatekeeper. Mick, good morning. How you doing? In the review afterwards, it was put down as the gatekeeper's fault. It was his error that caused the crash. 7 died at the scene, and another died shortly afterwards. I hear Jays. Now, the feeling in here isn't good at all whatsoever. Patty, I love you. Good morning. The feel around here is terrible. And I'm glad I didn't cut through the wood because it's like a bog. Had a lot of rain. Oh, we've got a little stream running through. I'm rubbish in it. I hear blue tits and I hear jays. So these crossings back at the day were manned. Hence we've got a house on the side here. The woods upkeep. Ooh, is that a bit of a car? Is that the front of a Vauxhall? I think it is. Someone's lost a bit of a car. Interesting. So this back in the day was the gatekeeper's house. It's now a private house. And here's the junction. In total, there were 16 people inside that bus. So he got the front end off the crossing, but he wasn't quick enough and the train struck the back. Hopefully he don't go down when I'm in it crossing. So he was on here, saw the train coming round the corner and just couldn't get off in time. You've got the old office just there. You've got the old platform just there. And you've got a squirrel going across the crossing. Little grey squirrel. Oh, Cursed hasn't, mate. 2 secs. This crossing gets like a huge pond on this side. Back. And council will be out shortly putting new grit out. So we'll go into the wood from this side and cross the railway track further up. And where's the path in? Have we got a path in? It's further up. BTC, thank you for coming in. How you doing? EL3, good to see you. We're at the Scary Woods. Uh-oh, that was a train horn. It was 1926. 30th of August, 1926. 1:18 in the afternoon, to be exact. Oops, sorry. And here comes the crossing down. Let's keep going. Yeah, it's not bad fun. I like... Here it comes. I like the cooler mornings for walks. Yes, PVC. This woodland has a train disaster attached to it. And the atmosphere, I've always, for like nearly a couple of decades, called it the Scary Woods. Because it's just dark and oppressive. And I said I was never going to go back. The title is because it plays with your mind. The maps are really easy to follow, but you just get really confused, can't make it out. And always do a lap and always end up at the same tree. And it gets a bit freaky. Nessie, good morning. So yeah, they've replanted it with more pines. The last time, I think I did 2 laps before I could get out. Time before that, it was 3. And it was getting scary because no matter what direction I went, I came back to the same place. Didn't like it. Still don't like it. But I said we'd come back, so let's see what happens. PTC, have you got a wrench? Humble, how are you doing? Right, we'll go in this way maybe. This side of the railway isn't so bad. It's the other side. Atmosphere is terrible. And just really dark and dingy. Can you go this path? Yes. We follow it up and it goes past the little hub. If PTC needs one, nice one, thank you. Damn it, sorry. He cracked himself, did he? It plays with your mind in the dark, doesn't it? Your senses totally change. They go hyper alert. Fawn, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in. Sweet dreams. Patty, how's your end of the world? How's them beautiful grandkids? And Queen Nessie. So I really don't mind this end, it's the other end. We'll see if it happens again. Hopefully not. There's a lot of platforms to walk in here because it is just so wet. It's like a bog. Yeah, it's Lucy. How are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Welcome. Got some more trees down. We had a storm through. It's Storm Agnes. Because this part of the country is pure sand, my local area, there's very little topsoil. So the trees rarely get a good strong hold to the ground. And the pines, you get a lot of widow makers through the woods. Yeah, she is now. She was poorly for a couple of weeks. Doctors said it was an extreme reaction to a viral gastro. But she's back at school, ruling her teachers, so it's all good. Ooh, Daisy, what's on the menu tonight? Tell us when you come back. That's another train. This brings you to the side of a little homestead that I didn't even know existed. It's a little few houses together, a little farm. Oh, brilliant. You're going to have a ball. Should we go this way? I'll not hang that way. Not sure if we've been this way before. It should still bring us to the railway track. I can't stand the smell of bracken, it stinks. George, how you doing? Good morning. Lean on me. Poor little oaks, well and truly leaned on. See if it lasts. Something's been having the acorns. It used to be all red, but there was a grey just before crossing the railway tracks. Ooh, yummy, Daisy. Yum, yum, yum. Right, we'll come down here. Should bring me to the track, I think. We'll see. Ooh, heck. Get your hands out your pocket because it's slippy. It's a bit early in the morning to be going on my arse. Right, let's see. Oh, what's wrong with the dog? Hello. Hello, you alright? Sure. You're alright. Hello. Big old lurcher. See, the last dog that did that to us bitters. It was a collie cross, I think. And it was all nice. Came for a look, had a sniff. Obviously, it could smell my dogs. And then it came running back and went to take a chunk out of my arm, ripped my jacket up. PCC, I think my arse would fall out. I would be panicking with your dogs. The sound of the hooves on the ground is like, wow. Yeah, my brother, dad's mate, used to show lurchers, salukis, and he gave my brother, and we used to take it out for a run. Machines, but they're not very good at turning corners, are they? They have a habit of running into fences and trees and stuff and unaliving themselves. PTC, I give everybody one. That way you can all check each other's channels out. Don't have to spam the chat up with links. I made, Angela, do you want to know what I made last night for dinner for my lot? Your meatloaf. They love your meatloaf recipe. I make it quite often. Daniel, how are you doing? And I had it with Bubble and Squeak. Bubble and Squeak is refried vegetable smashed potato, any leftover veg, a little butter in a pan, a little bit of oil if you want, and mush it all together, chuck it in, and take it out when it's crispy. It's amazing. Yeah, we should be not far off this crossing, I think. Johnny, good morning. How you doing? T-Bird. How you doing, T-Bird? How's beautiful Nelly? If you haven't seen Angela's meatloaf recipe, go and have a look. It's stunning. Why is this path looking like it's getting dead skinny? We'll go across because it doesn't turn left, right? Frothing around, and we go past a little homestead. A half a decent day. Half the hills have vanished though. The hills have vanished into the clouds. I didn't know this little homestead existed. Mary, good morning. How you doing? Is she? Do you know what? At least two of the puppies have taken over their owners' beds. That's the thing with Labradors. They like their comfort and they're good for a hug and a hot water bottle. Right, we're getting boggy. So I'll come up the bank. Callahan had these walking boots on for a little bit. Started to rub yesterday. I went on my tracker. I did 6.5 miles to the. Hang on, right, we'll go around town and back. Buggy. Oh, damn it. Right. If in doubt, stand on the base of the reeds. They'll stop you getting soaked. The root ball's handy in boggy bits. Damn it. Right. Stand on a bracken. Come back around. You know, when you start sinking, you're at the point where you're partly floating and partly about to go knee deep. A bit like the peat bogs on the moors. Jessie, how are you doing? So I was looking at my feet. KTC, lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in. Have a good one. Ooh, my feet. So you've got a farm, you've got Jacob's sheep. These sheep are a rare breed called Jacobs. You can get close enough. Oh, so boggy. The Jacob's sheep. Little brown and white things, and the horns are vertical, almost black. Have a look on Jessie, she's been away. Yeah, just like drop, I took the exclamation mark off. And that link drops down. So you got a little hamlet. There's a little, oh heck. Hello, Mr. Beech Tree. See, I was looking at my feet and didn't even see the tree in front of me. They'd already marked up, funny enough. And round we go. Amanda, good morning. We're at the woodland where the train crash happened. Hopefully, it doesn't do to me what it normally does to me. And we're at the crossing. With a nice little bridge. Well, Todd, how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. Yeah, it's good. This side's all right. It's when you get into there that it becomes a bit atmospheric, shall we say. The further you get in, the more you feel it. Right. No train. No train. Let's go. So the train crash was just up that way around the corner. Ooh, heck. I nearly slipped. That would have been handy. Not. SSC TV, nice to see you. These woods are typical from around here. Beach. We got a lot of oak. There's more oak here than some silver, birch, sycamore, oak, beech. It's pretty much, and there's pine that was planted at the other side. Barbara, how you doing, Vladimir? You good? Let's go. Kerry, good morning. How are you? Oh, 4 a.m. It's very early. You never know, we might get the deer herd. There's a deer herd knocks around in here. You quite often see them on the verge side. Sorry, just got a drink. Johnny, are you still a busy bee? Oh, see, I think there's some chestnuts on this side. Let's see if I come across them sweet chestnuts. I learnt my lesson last year. I'll be wearing gloves this year. My finger ends were like tea bags. Spines on them are like hypodermic needles. Hedgehogs of the tree world. Just watching my feet because it's rather slippy today. Sure are, Johnny. Not enough hours in the day. I've got some more bush trimming to get done. I've got 2, 4, 6 conifers to do. Some cotton Easter, 1, 2, 3, 4 stretches of that. Got all the grass to put back. See, this looks deceptive, that looks safe, but I don't think it's going to be. Try it. Oh no, it's not bad. Icky. Because it's so wet, there's lots of channels through it. Drainage channels, so we're going to risk that rock. Someone's nicely put there to help us through. And we're right in the middle of the drainage ditches. Sensible people have gone this way by the look of it. So we will too. That's not a poos person, that's a hoof champion. Tell you what, this is a way to wake up the legs. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Yes, back beating the bush. Good morning, Dan. How are you doing? Have you got any eBay hauls due? Oh, heck. Oh, it's worrying for you as well. They say all my puppies are just gone. My Labrador pups had 9. A litter of 9, and they were just beautiful. And I miss them. Last night, I forgot myself. I looked up and I went to check why they were so quiet. It's because they weren't there. You think, oh, but they're all doing really well. Bruce, he used to be orange colour. He's getting to know his parrots. The family he's got 2, I've got parrots that shout their old dog. Still that passed, so it won't take them long to learn to shout Bruce, I don't think. She played me a video of it. It's hilarious. Clear as a bell. Shouting Win. The dog was called Winston. Called him Win for short, and the parrot shouts Win. Oh, cool. My mum and dad took my pick out of a litter. I had a huge soft spot for the little girl that they took. She wasn't the biggest, but she was the smartest, first to open her eyes, first to walk, first to run. Smart little thing. She's going to be a working dog, so she was the perfect choice for that. A working dog doesn't have to be the biggest. Right, we're not going to take that little path. Trust the path, shall it? Tango, good morning, how you doing? How's my little buddy badger? Although, I could have cut the corner off. The bracken on this side's starting to die back. Soon all this will be gone and it'll be brown everywhere. My hostas are dying back as if they've been hit by a frost, which is interesting. It has been cold all night, but the temperatures have knocked it back. Tango is the king of the cat world. He helps rehome and his own cats. It's just so sweet. I've got a huge soft spot for Badger, one of his cats. Right, we're back on the path. Back into the scary part. Conkers dropping. The conkers that I collected last week, daughter's got them dotted all around the windows and doors. She's got a huge spider phobia, it's so funny. Sarah, good morning, how you doing? Has the rain stopped? That path was starting to get a bit bouncy. It was meant to be really windy today. So we're starting to get to where the pines have been planted. Dodge. It looks like that wind's starting to freshen up. How's, you know that Sphinx cat that was hanging around? Is that one of the neighbours? I wouldn't like to think of it outdoors as the temperatures drop because it's got no fur. I haven't had enough coffee this morning. Nowhere near enough. Right, which way we're going to go? We went that way last time. We'll try this way. Shall we? Yeah. We didn't do this way. Viewless, good morning. How are you doing? Another fabulous channel in chat. Oh, dead old oak in the middle there. Logman, good morning. Hopefully I'm not going to get lost. 3 laps was horrible. I started to panic. And then the last time 2 lots of laps. Always back to that same huge tree. And I said I was never coming back because but here we are. We're back. Coming onto a bigger path. I do like these water plays. Yes, it can. Parts of it are lovely. Fire break. I'll keep trying this way. There's so many pathways through. I'll stay this side. Most of them are marked, but this one isn't. That little bridge is a little bit wonky. It's collapsed on this side. I think that's why people are just ignoring the bridge. It'd be nice to bump into the deer. In fact, last time we were here, there were loads of froglets. I think we had about 5 little tiny frogs about that big. How's Queen and Tyler, Logman? Oh, nice viewless. Just what you need. Nothing like heavy machinery to start your day to. The neighbour was having a load of trees felled and manicured a couple of weeks back, and that was like 7 o'clock in the morning. And you think, really? Is that a bit of coconut? Why has someone got coconut in here? My favourite birds live in these trees. Love them. The birds are happy. But this place is just pure water. Ditches everywhere. I brought my mum for a walk one day. I hadn't been in. So my son was a toddler. God, he's nearly 30. Oop! And she wasn't a happy bunny in here. She's got a phobia of frogs. And there were just waves of froglets everywhere. And with it just being so boggy, she wasn't a fan of it. Having a listen. Nothing like the sound of birds. Ooh, no ice. Coffee's got to be hot. I think we had it through the night, Nessie, because it was soaking outside this morning when I dragged my butt out of bed. Oh, nice, Mary. Fishing out the watty. She'll need a long line. The forestry commissions are actually really good up north. Northumberland, they are on it. You've got fire breaks all the way through, wires checked. We had a fire up on the moors, on the crags, which like a cliff face, and it burnt for months. I was up there with my dad. I must have been about 16 to go see the firemen because it was on the land that we worked on to see how it was going. And the fireman described it as like being in hell. You put flames out, you douse them, walk away, and it would erupt through the ground next to you as you walk past. Because it was in the peat, the fire got into the peat below ground and it burnt for months. Bonnie Crags up near West Woodburn, Bellingham, way above Hexham. So it was out of burn. And it was wild up there. Didn't spread too far. They managed to contain it. They just couldn't put it out properly. Why is that? That's little clearings there because we've got... Yeah, it's a lot cooler, Jamie. Some of my plants in the garden, they're wilting away like they've had frost on them. The hostas, I've got huge hostas. And they're looking like the frost's been at them. My Scotch bonnets are fruiting up nicely. I've got a nice juicy one ready to pick. So I'll have to get that picked shortly. This side. So we're still in the oaks and the silver birch, and I can still hear jays. Kerry, nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in. We'll take this walkway. I'm liking the look of this walkway. Another train. There's a lot of trains this morning. How's things, Gracie? Big oak branch down on that side. Sleepers. We'll be careful on the sleepers because they're green. Old sleepers are brilliant to get because they've been coated and coated and coated with creosote. And they last pretty much forever. I mean, pressure treated are good as well, but the old ones, if you use them for raised beds, don't plant anything right next to the side, or they'll get burned with a tar. That was an acorn dropping. Yes, rather slippy. I found in here a little camp, and it looked like someone had been sleeping there. Train just going through that side. I kind of know where I am now. Ish. Another big oak branch down. Another widowmaker that's been there a long time, that tree. Jamie, get me one. I can see it's going to be a Red Bull day. Could have done with another 3 or 4 coffees. And we're back in the boggy bit. Have I come the wrong way? No, I'll be okay this side. And we've got another platform I'm liking coming this way. Catherine, how you doing? Now that old oak is rotten. It's rotten vertically. All this side, it's all oak. This time of year, you're at risk of getting a clonk on the head. So we're moving further and further back into where the railway crash was. And it starts getting darker. And it's like, ooh, shrooms. Anyone know what they are? Should I skip down and get you closer? No, you won't do, Dodge. Anyone have any ideas what that is? Oh, it's like an oven glove. Got another one on that side. Let's go. Arise, my favourite online chicken. How you doing? Yeah, it does. It's odd. It was like, what top one was like an unglav. I've got no idea what they are. I've got, that was Chicken of the Woods, was it? Really? I've got a shrew map. Take a picture above, below, and from the side, and it magically tells you what you're looking at. There's a cricket pitch in a little hamlet here, and it grows its own film of magics. And all the young ones caught on, and they used to go in the middle of the night to go and cross them. But just at the cricket pitch. You see, you've got that track there, but I don't like this place, so we're going to do it the good way. Mary, if you just type drop in chat, it puts your link in. Is that a branch? Something big just fell out of that tree. Chicken of the Woods, my favourite online chicken. Right, I'm going to have to pay attention because I am going to go on my back end. We've got steps. Oh, we've got another step there. See, hidden step. Can't see it, it's about half a foot. And there's another one there. And we've got another one just there. This path is getting eaten up by the plants. Awesome. How you doing? Good morning. Alright, yeah, she has been missed. Oh, early in the day for my legs. My legs were tired yesterday or last night. It was a nice little walk out. Yes, you can often go sliding on a little doggy poopy slidey thing when it's under leaves. Right, I'm just picking my way through cloggy mud. Cloggy is a word for sticky. There you go, that's your English word for the day, cloggy, meaning sticky. Oh, a bit like that. Dodge, covered in mould. Yeah, right. The title I'm never coming back is because I always call this place the Scary Woods. And I have a habit. Twice I've been in, the last time it was horrible. You get confused, you get lost, and you always end up back at the same damn tree. But there was a railway accident just close to here on the junction that this wood sits on. 1926. An old-fashioned bus, so like an open-top car. It had 18 people in it. Came to the junction, and the gatekeeper, but in his era, it was put down to him, let them through, and they were hit by a train. The bus driver managed to get the front end of the bus off, but the back end was hit. Now, British Rail still maintained the wood edges along the tracks, and the workers say they hear kids' cries in the night when they're here. Yeah, Cartman, it's not got a good feel to it, to be honest. It's like we could say, positive mind, don't give into it. There's a little pond, and on the same pathway to that pond, there's this huge, I think it's a sweet chestnut. It's a huge beech. It's an old tree. And no matter what direction I follow from the map, I always end up back there. And it starts to get a little bit scary because you just can't get away. You always end up back at the same place. Aldi, how are you doing? History seeking. If you haven't got history seeking, have a look. Tickle that subscribe button. You'll learn something. Beautiful content. It's Amanda's second channel. And really, really worth a look. So the British Rail are actually working on the crossroads, it sounds like. Jay, is Jake in? Entity, are you there? Jake, I love you. Jake's my guilty pleasure. I adore him. Have he sinned? So yeah, I get lost every single time. Pretty much. And the one I did in June, I think, here, I said I was never coming back. Here we are. Yes, glutton for punishment. Even following the arrows in back at the same spot. So we're going to follow green. Do I know where we are? I think I might do. So it's going to curve that way. But I'll let people are coming this way, so I could have curved that way. I'm not where I thought we were because there used to be a hobbit house built in there. Right, we'll go around. Oh, what's happened, Al? See? Right, we're going to follow green and let's see if I can get myself lost. Right, so here we go. We get into that part of the wood that is just horrible. Argument, good to see you. How's things? Yeah, good idea, Nettie. I will do. I need a photo of the tower and I want to paint that. I love paintings with reflections in the water. Love it. We'll see if we can get to the pond. How far around it I can get without ending up knee deep. So this is the side when it starts to get dark and where I found someone who's been camping there. I'll let you go. Good morning. I'll let those ladies go on and then we'll tootle off again. There's so many animal tracks through here and I do like following them, but not in this place. I don't trust it. Yes, Dodge, it is. It's Amanda and Chris. Got a robin, but the rest of the birds have gone quiet. Another big old oak. Come on, ladies, get a wriggle on. Right, let's see what else we find. Let them go. Sweet dreams, my love. Arise, my favourite online chicken. I love robins though, so we've got another track through there. I'm going to be good and not go on it. Right, we're going to go right turn. Should be a rooster. Right turn. Why are both pointing that way? We'll trust them. Got any on that side? No. I can hear a buzzard. And jays. Right turn, quite. Oh, here's the pond. Oh, near that tree. We shall follow the arrows. The map's falling down. Oh, there's a new one. Oh, it's come off the side there. We are. Yeah. We've just come from, I want to say this end. My sense of direction's terrible. Yeah. God help me. Freeside. How you doing, Freeside? Lucy, sweet dreams. It's actually really low. But there's no water flow in or out, so it's kind of not the water you want to end up in, but the frogs love it. How many cans of Red Bull, Jamie? Just look at that again. Right, left, out. All right, we'll see how this works. So we're going to go right at the end, then we're going to go next left, in theory. Yeah, I think it's in here somewhere. Someone's got a little camp set up. We're picking up frogs all the way along here last time. little floggies. How you been keeping Freeside? Memory serves me, there's some big chestnuts around here. Very boggy. Boggy indeed. This whole wood's basically like a marsh. It's just full of ditches. You drain it off. The kind of mud that stinks to high heaven. And the last place you want your dog to go. It must have a dodgy connection, Jamie. It's an oak. Huge old oak. There's a tree down. It must be a connection, maybe water getting on the connection. But it's finding it, isn't it? I'm not bad. I'm populous. Just makes me well sad. The last one went on Sunday. But she's been good as gold for my dad. She's going to be a working dog. And all the brother and sisters are settling in well. Creating mayhem. I suppose at least it's only Jackson and Willow now that I've got to clear up after. I cried yesterday when Sam bought in that boot that Willow had buried in the garden, doing his little zoomy laps, shaking the boot and sprinkling soil around like shaking back. But it was still down, so I had to leave it a little bit before I tried to clear it up. Oh, we just pushed it into the carpet. It was Meg. We held on to her for another week or so for Mum and Dad. My auntie and uncle were coming. And they didn't want it to be a puppy zone. They wanted to be able to actually spend proper time with them because they were only up overnight. So we had Meg for an extra week, which was fun. Yeah, I won't be going to see her for a few weeks. She needs to settle in and learn that my dad's a human and not me. It'll just upset her and confuse her. So that's the plan. Yes, without putting the freshness back. I was in the kitchen and I heard him running. And I came out and saw the boot in his mouth and him shaking it. And you think, no. Yeah, she was my favourite. She had a little spark about her. Clever little thing as well. His willy tossing. He was shaking it everywhere. And you could just see the mud sprinkle all around. My hallway turned into brown polka dots. And there was a pile of soil on the step at the bottom of the stairs. Right, and then left. See if I can get it right. Looks like you got a big chestnut in there as well. Path into it. Yeah, Mary, everyone's got a rent, so if they want to subscribe, they will. You don't have to ask everybody. Yeah, Jet's doing brilliant, isn't she? She's doing really well. She's absolutely loving life with Rose. Getting dark again. Oh, furious, I cried for a week. I cried more in that week when they all started leaving than I have in decades. I was heartbroken. My favourite little fox, Red, with the two sisters going together. They were first, and that was hard. But then my favourite one, she went the next day. And oh, my heart ached. 29th. Mick, what day of the week's our birthday on this year? Me and Mick have got the same birthday. I've got a busy birthday month. Son on the 21st, here's that treat. Son on the 21st, daughter on the 1st November, and me and Mick are on the 3rd. Patty, love you too. Thank you so much for coming in. And have a wonderful time, you and your boys. Huge old beach. This is the place it always wants to bring me back to. The ancient Milton, the ancient tree. It's a beach, and because it's not native Northern England, we reckon it was planted. It's probably over 200 years old. And although someone may have planted it for timber, it's never been cut down because it's the wrong shape. This is great news for the wildlife, as veteran trees like this can be home to more than 1,000 different creatures and host of species of fungi. The beech nuts are important food source for many animals. Even the dead branches and rotten nooks and crannies in the truck are useful. Fungi. We have a fungi. Ooh, that looks like a bird. See its eye. Looks like a bird. Or does it look like a kangaroo? Can't decide. Beetles, flies, slugs, snails, woodlice, centipedes all live in the deadwood. It's a couple of 100 years old. It's huge. Ha! Shandy, do you know who else we share a birthday with? Adamant. Stuart Goddard, Adamant, shares the same birthday as me and Mick. Totem tree. Yeah, Robin Hood Woods. It's near Jamie. I loved Adamant. He was my kind of first musical crush. We've got more funny shrooms. The wildlife seems to like these ones. They've got loads of chunks out of them. Billy Idol, get you. And then we have our Jamie in chat and Fishing with Jamie. They're both the same day in December. These look like they've been planted, or there's been little bits of wildlife stashing them. You'll often find groups of young saplings all together because the squirrels and the mice, they'll gather. Oh, typical, it's a Tuesday. Last year for my birthday, I went and got myself sat on a hilltop. I decided that's what I was doing for my birthday. Don't know what I'll do this year. I was taking the mickey out of Jake when he turned 50. When you get to 50, you are a quinquagenarian. Quinquagenarian. What a word. Kev, thank you so much for coming in. I really don't want to end up at that tree. Please don't let me at it. Cindy, good morning, chick. How you doing? We're in the scary woods. So the crossing, I'm guessing, is just around about there. I don't blame the railway workers for being a bit nervous hearing the kids' cries. Paul, how you doing? Good to see you. How's things? And an open top bus and a train. Oh, we've got a little hobbit house with pizza. There's only going to be one winner. The train driver was injured and a couple of people on the train. But out of the 16, 8 died on scene in the bus. One a day or two after. And the gatekeeper, he died at the scene as well. 9 fatalities altogether. Liam Neeson. Ooh. Right. I'm not seeing any other turnings, hopefully. We're not going to see that pond in a minute. Please, not the pond. All the brambles have been picked. Say there's a path there. No, stay to the path. It's not good, Shaz. Some big branches down off that oak. Ooh, we got a dog. Nessie, that was so funny. Nessie in chat last night in Amaris. She said in chat, I'm going to start painting my nude, but I got waylaid. Oh, it's funny. Cindy, I always get lost in here. I just like do laps and laps and I can't get out. It scares me. So I've done the right and it should be a left. Should be. Please be. PA, good morning. How you doing? I don't even recognise where I am. All those lumps and bumps, tree stumps and logs under that moss. Mick, I had just missed a second and went back up. It was funny. Jamie clicked on straight away. So you got another path there. You got animal tracks all the way through that my little head likes to want to go follow and investigate. Never anything at the end, but hey. I haven't got a clue where I am. Have a good weekend, PA. Another track through there. Oh, she thought to be Harley Quinn. You see, where my street, it's full of coffin dodgers and the drives can be long and dark. And it's just, they don't do trick-or-treating. You worked half of it. When you're out prospecting again. Mick's a legend. Paul, good morning. How you doing? There's a path goes that way. So where I think I am, I was in here and there's this young fella. And you know when someone is like, what are you doing? And he got himself sat in the corner and he was like a little pixie, cross-legged on a tree stump, and he was just sitting there, not doing anything, just sitting. And you think, what are you doing? I think I'm not lost anymore, you know. I think I've done it. He sat just cross-legged on the tree stump at the back there. Show you. I thought, who are you waiting for? Yeah, it was here. Sat on the tree stump like a little pixie, just on his side. And you know, you think, what you doing? Deej, good morning, how you doing? UK in the house, how's things? He was just sat on that tree stump, looking that way, legs crossed. You think, uh-huh. Swiftly moving on. I think the Woodland Trust has been grumpy and removed a huge shelter that the kids built. It's been there for years. But I think a new generation of kids were partying in it and leaving a lot of rubbish and having little bonfires. So that's possibly why they've removed it. Have a nose. This is a big one down. A beach. I'm good, UK. Came up to where the train disaster was. The woods that freaked me out. And actually, I've done okay. I've managed not to get lost. And look how boggy that is. And look how little roots this tree had. Where's the taproot? I can't even see the taproot on it. But it's just down onto pure sand. Just don't get a good enough footing. People have been walking and playing in there. There's another one down over there. Right, back up here. We had little red toadstools that something's been eating. Like beak marks. I get a lot of toadstools in the garden. That's a bright yellow one. No idea what you are. I need to read up on my shrooms. I've got that app, but I don't want to either spend, it's like a puffer. I don't want to spend like a week on the toilet or in hospital. Those little, like, hey, orange ones, I get those in the garden. That'll go puff like a cloud of smoke when it's ripe. Yeah, they've taken it all down. Sure it was here. Let's have a look. Those jays are on the hunt still. Sure it was around this one. It wasn't that one. Hello, little mouse. In that little hole. Yeah, they're taking it all out. As usual, some kids ruin it for others. Have they? Well, that's crap. I was watching Raymond Blanc and he was making a fricassee of mushrooms. Is it 5 types of mushroom you have to have to call it a fricassee? Oh my word, there was one, an amethyst mushroom. And it was in the UK, never seen anything like it, and it was bright purple. And you think because it would be bright purple that it would be poisonous, but no, edible. But unless you know what you're doing, don't pick and eat. It's having a nose through this part of the wood. Because if you don't know what they are, they can cause you serious issues. I do know where I am. You get a lot of honeysuckle. At this end, the ivy's starting to move in. They'll be cutting those back. That's where it was. This is where the shelter was that the kids destroyed. Burnt a lot of it. Texas, how you doing? Good morning. I've had a big old bonfire. The kids, and that is why they've taken it down. Look at the size of that slug. That's like 3-inch long. Don't like slugs. I don't like standing on them and they go pop. Not a pleasant feeling. Now I know where we are. We can wander off a little bit. The first time I got well and truly lost and couldn't get out of here, I ended up on a logging track that takes you to the main road, but there's no verge, it's just ditches. And it's a dangerous strip of road. So that was like a no, we won't go that way. See, there's a path through there. Let's go and investigate. Oh, that's handy. That's magic. We're on the right spot. All our road leads to this point. Do I know where I am? Yes, I do. Do I? Yes. Let's have a look down here. Frack, good morning. Good evening. Sorry, Frack. Good evening. How you doing? Yes, and then I went back because I'm an idiot. Those jays are on the hunt. Can you hear that? They sound like a winged vulture. They're a horrible sound. Coming this way. Yay, I'm a long-tailed tit's my favourite birds. Long-tailed tits will travel in a family group. Most I've counted is about 25. Little tiny black backbirds with a pink chest, like a cotton wool ball, tiny, with a ridiculously long tail. Texas, welcome to Sticky Willy. Thank you, Texas, you're a star. You get the Sticky Willy emojis and the cheap Jeep and the dogs. I need to make some new ones. So this leads to the road. And I'm not going up over that road. Thank you, Texas, you're a star. I followed this back before. What is that? That's a robin. Surrounded by loads of birds. How's things with you, Frack? We're in one of the other logging tracks. You see the cars at the end there? That's the main road that goes from east to west across the country. In the north, it's busy. There's a lot of accidents on it. Come back this way. But I wanted to get into the bottom of there. There's like a little waterfall at the end. But I just couldn't get to it last time. Right back at you, Texas. Family is everything. Right, I'll have a try. Thing is, you see, I'm actually stood on logs. But because it's covered in moss, you can't see a thing. Don't think I'll get down to it. The banks are too steep. Oh, coffee. Yes, please, Cindy. I've not had enough. I've only had 2 this morning. The banks just get so steep and it's not the easiest of walking. Oops, spider web in the eyeball. Fantastic. See, I'd love to get down to it, but it's about 20 foot down those banks and there's no way I can climb down those without sliding on my backside and being stuck down there for a while. Viewers, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. You're a star. If you don't know viewers, go over. You've got some brilliant footage. You'll learn something. And you, Deej, Mrs., what have you been up to? Deej has got a fantastic channel. The very first video I watched of Deej's really caught my imagination. She was at a homestead that had been wiped out. And it was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. And ever since then, got a love for Deej and her content. Oh, cool, Deej. You see, my summer was screwed with having to bottle feed those puppies. They were born the first day of the school holidays. So there's a little bit that feeds into it just there. And I was having to feed them every 3 to 5 hours. So I was kind of chained to the house. Yeah, have a rest up. Travelling's tiring. As much as it's fun. The worst bit about travelling is when you get home and back to normal. It's like, ugh. I was, dude. I mean, because I was 9, each feed was taken up to like an hour and a half. And another couple of hours later, I had the bottle in my hand again. I stretch them out overnight. I do the last feed about midnight. And I'd feed them again 6 o'clock in the morning-ish. But working it out, I easily had a bottle in my hand every day for about 5 hours. And my hands are almost back to normal. There's some scars there. Ooh, what kind of butty? Bacon butty? Texas, thank you so much for that. Welcome to Sticky Willies, Deej. Nice one, thank you. Yes, the Fox Red girls, 2 sisters went together. And the other girl, they went first. I had someone pick out Huey and the black boys. About 4 or 5 weeks old, I paid a deposit. They'd just moved house, they had a little boy, and they said that they had the christening to pay for, so they would come and get him next payday, which was the 28th. A few days before the 28th, I got a text message from the guy, not the girl, that was talking to me about him, saying that they no longer wanted the puppy and I was welcome to keep the deposit. I thought, you were never going to get the deposit back. That puppy's been sat for a month. You weren't going to take him. Dedicated to Colin Mills. Loving father, granddad. Never gone, forgotten. 1953 to 1970. Yes. We had 6 picked out, and so we did have 2. We ended up with 3 boys left because they backed out, and they all went within 24 hours. I'd advertised them online again, and I put like a little character reference about each one, their likes and just their personality. And one is over 2.5 hours away, another 2 hours away. So yeah, we just have mum and dad. Mum and dad are using one as a gun dog. She's going to be a working dog. And to be honest, she's the best pick for it out of the litter. She was my favourite. So when we thought that, oh my God, 9 puppies, how are we going to shift them? They all went. The boys were chosen when they were 8 weeks old. So it was very hard to let go. Everyone's keeping in touch, and it's lovely seeing them in their new homes. The deposit for the puppies, to make sure that their puppy wasn't chosen by anyone else. You snooze, you lose. Yeah, it's just to choose your puppy and make sure that no one else buys it. You take it off the adverts. Oh, wow. If you haven't got Texas, go check him out. See if we can bump him up, get him to his 800. And then you're a hop skipping away from that 1K. Yeah, one couple really sticks out. So they messaged me. I just gone to meet Rose, and it was about 3:30, and I saw the message. And they asked for some more pictures, so I sent them. And they said, is it okay if we come and see them tonight? I was like, yeah, of course. They came from Lancaster, just over 2 hours away from where I am. They just got in the car and came straight through. And when they walked around the corner to see the puppy sat there, they both broke down in tears. They'd not long since lost their dog. While they were on holiday, their dog passed away. And they were saying, our house isn't a home anymore. You come home and there's no one there to meet you. And we hate it. A couple of their kids weren't so sure. They thought it was a bit early for them to get the puppies. But they decided, no, it's the right time for us. And they picked out daughter's favourite, one of her favourites, little Pluto. And when he was on the knee and he went straight to sleep and got cuddled in, daughter, the tears started streaming because they dreaded him being chosen from the beginning. But I'm glad that he went to them. They instantly just love. There's a lot of love in their hearts. And I've got photos of him with their grandsons. The grandkids are absolutely loving him, and he's now called Ria. Huey, the dog that was picked up and they backed out, because they named him Huey, it was all over his paperwork. And when the people came to view him, I had obviously started to. Yeah, nice one, Essie. Thank you for being in. M&C, love you too. How's things? You haven't came to have a look at him. I had to tell them the story of why his papers said Huey. And they stopped me and went, oh my God, that's the day we were going to pick out for him. So Huey was meant to be called Huey, which is brilliant. Yeah, the beaches are starting to change. They're starting to yellow and drop. Don't be getting waylaid. How are things with you, M&T? How's your world? Busy with autumn? Getting ready for the winter? Nice one. Thanks, Shandy. Right, if you haven't got Texas, can you go over and show him some love so we can get him to that 800? Jamie said it as well. Nice, and the waylaid queen. Welcome back, PTC. How you doing? Yeah, Texas is a good one. If we can get them there, it would be amazing. There's a little trackway down here. Once I know where I am, I can sneak around side banks. That mall should have water wings. It's picked a muddy old place. Yes, I'm waiting for the trees to really turn red and the oranges at the town, at that big lake. Because it's beautiful. It's full of beaches, but you've got some birch, you've got chestnuts, you've got all sorts there. And all the colours are just amazing. Look how rotten that is. That pine. Yes, Deej, I was there last week. Found some more bottles. One still got its label on. I've been leaving it to dry to check that out. I think it's Worcester sauce, possibly. It might not be. I need to get the makeup brush at it, but I want it bone dry before I brush it down to get the label. But about half the label's there, so I'm hopeful. And there's a name stamped on the bottle, but I can't make it out. Nice one, PEC, not better. Another family of long-tailed tits. For as loud as their call is, they're tiny little birds. But the tail's easily double the length of the birds. Gorgeous little things. They're moving that way, I think. Hopefully we'll see them come over. They work from tree to tree, looking for bugs. Hello, where's your owner? Hello. Oh, she's there. Hello. Hello. All right. Googles. And if you don't know MNT, you're also missing out. We'll see if I can manage not to fall in one of these ditches. Come over this way. Yes, they do. I had one in the garden. It hangs, it's like a finch nest. And they make it with spiders' webs and moss. And the inside is lined with a thick pad of feathers. Now, they use the spider webs to help when the eggs are laid, the chicks hatch. It expands with the chicks. Really clever little design. Yes, they use spiders' webs for the nests. The wren nests. The wren is the third smallest bird in the UK. It's dinky. It'll be about that big with a little tail that points up in the air. Much bigger. It's all right. Red kites are huge, aren't they? The biggest one here are buzzards. Right, that's possibly a bad idea walking through that. From this side. through squishy moss. The wrens, for all their tiny, teeny, tiny little things, the nests are actually big. They will make an enclosed nest with a little entrance and exit about that big. And they use a lot of feathers. They're using my chicken's feathers as well as carrion feathers. See, we've got another hobbit house being built. Kids must have moved it there. The leaves, they use moss, they use the spider's webs as well. I've got one, they actually made one next to my car. A fake woodpecker. A fake one. I'm determined to get across there, but I'm not liking my chances. Too many logs and trees. Brandon, how you doing? We're right next to the train line. Should we go out that way? Oh, that's dead boggy. Take you around. Yeah, I feed mine. I've got bird boxes all around the garden and I need to clean the nests out. Feed in the winter, feed all through the year, and I thought I had something crawling on my hand. It's a bit of spider web. Summer actually costs me more, bird food wise, because the adults bring their chicks as soon as they fledge to show them a food source. And I get hammered 4 or 5 times the amount of birds coming in. And they go mental for sunflower seeds. I've got chaffinch, bullfinch. The bullfinches are going mad at the minute. I get field fares, blue tits, cold tits, the long-tailed tits that don't tend to come on the feeders. Great tits. I had a pair of great tits in a video. Nuthatches, woodpeckers. Have you, Jamie? Oh. What was in the one that you had to go and pick up? Was there anything juicy in there? Yeah, I filmed and posted the birds coming on my feeders. I can watch them for hours. Gonna hit bogs. I've got loads of logs on the ground. I don't particularly fancy doing an ankle. I've also stood in bumblebee nests doing this, and the buzz livens your legs up to get moving. Stickers on a pan, get in. What else do I get in? I've had buzzards in the garden, walking around my chicken pens like a turkey. It was massive. And you think, no, I don't think I'll let my chickens out for a while. I get sparrowhawks. Sparrowhawks love my little birds, unfortunately. I've got carrion crows that hammer the pigeons, they dive bomb them, and they just explode. MT, lovely, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. If you don't know MT, go and have a look. Brilliant lives. A lot of fun, lovely people. They're still right above me. Oh, they're in the pine trees at the top. Don't think you'll be able to make them out. My dad's pup would lay on daughter's bed, and it looks like that Pelican, as you could hear these birds. That really high-pitched tone. And she would watch penguins on the TV. She had wildlife show on. And as soon as the penguins went off screen, she would put her head back down. So we put penguins on the telly for the dog, the puppy. She loved them. She wasn't really that much interested in other stuff. But yeah, she liked the penguins for whatever reason. Daisy, yeah, I am. I am indeedy. And that train crash was. But this time, it didn't get me. I didn't do circles and can't get out. Because that last time was horrible. Hated it. Collect malls. Is that shrooms coming up? It's following that route all the way along on this bank. I know, I said I was never coming back after that last time. The train line where the accident was, it's just through those trees there. But I've managed it this time. I didn't start to panic. Shouldn't really do this. Here we go. That main road's there. If we cut back around onto that deep gorge. Spider webs in my eyeballs yet again. Keep walking through. That's a pretty fern. That's a really pretty one. Is it getting scorchier there, Daisy? See, I'd like to get in the bottom of there, but there's no safe way to do it at all. It runs off to a lake stocked with trout. This is a silver birch. Blankety blank. There's a blast from the past. And you've got loads of blueberries. And they've all been had. Unfortunately. Who, me? Yeah. No. No, I haven't, Daisy. If I did, I would be off like a shot. I would be off. See how supple that silver birch is. That's going to go ping eventually. Madness can be a good thing, kinda. That's a new fall. Ooh, deeds. Now that sounds really interesting. Ooh. I like the sound of that. Yeah, I kind of embrace it, Jamie, to be honest. No one could laugh at me any more than I laugh at myself. Right, let's see if I can fold this back without ending on my face. It'd be interesting to come back at night. Also terrifying. Part of me just wants to believe what the railway workers say about the cries and take it as gospel. Because being in here at night, I'd be like, don't like it. Daisy, Shandy, if the dog leg cocking high. Hopefully this isn't an overhang, so it's got roadies in the bottom. An overhang I'm on. You see, I don't like wild blackberries because of the worms in them. My dad put us clean off them. I did get some and I did soak them in water And sure enough, there were loads of wrigglers in the water. And that just completely put me off. They went outside for the birds. Not happy. I don't want extra protein in my fruit. I want the fruit. And no little wrigglers that can get stuck in your teeth. Minging. D. Johns, how you doing? Johnny, you're a lunatic. Would you use the force? That sounds really interesting, Deej. Really interesting. It's the kind of stuff I'd love to do. But I kind of get addicted and you'd have to like drive me away and excitable. I do get excitable. Can you imagine Johnny in here all Rambo with his camo cream on in the middle of the night? Skipping and jumping over these gullies. Rambo with a cigar. Oh, that would be funny. But I've got an awful habit of visualising stuff. I can just see Johnny skipping his way through. Lulu, how you doing? It's bad enough. The feeling in here is awful. I won't lie. Yeah, I don't like it. The atmosphere is awful. It's very heavy. It's very oppressive and just dark. And then when you end up getting lost and just walking in circles and you can't get out, no matter which way you follow the map, it's not fun. Make you would do. Purple, how you doing? Daisy, in that wood when that horse thing, while the galloping was behind me, my pants were nearly brown. It was interesting. The signal dropped on that spot as well. So I'm coming running back trying to find you lot, like you could do anything through my phone. Because all I can hear is ba-dum, 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 something running at me. You'd find Shandy sat with his flashy balls next to the train line. Looks like people are walking that way. That would be funny. A few cars parked up actually. That's the way, Purple. Only way to be. Onwards and upwards. Done a lot of that this year. Johnny, Shandy's got flashy balls. She gets her flashy balls out. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. That's a lucky PA. Sound. Yeah, the wind's starting to get up. It's going to get really windy today. It's not the place to be when it's windy. It's just so shallow. Ooh, train. Saw the sap running down that. Tree's bleeding. Careful. My phone hates me and it keeps changing Mick to Muck and it changes Nessie to Bessie. So Mucky Mick kind of just popped out my mouth last week. It's good. Neo, how are you doing? It's quite good, Mucky Mick. It comes out nicely. We have squirrels been hitting these pine cones. There's some few that are totally stripped, or the birds are stripping them. Oh, bend your legs. Ow, my back hates me. Yeah, I've been stripping them. Yeah, Mucky Mick. I'll type the right thing in, and my phone decides to change it to whatever it wants it to be. So often I've been sending, hey, Muck, instead of Mick. Yes, there's some really old trees in here as well, Leila. As you get into the horrible part. I was leaving someone a condolence message. They'd lost their cat, and I went to put some hearts on the end, and it was like, I'm sorry for your loss, and I put laughing faces instead. Luckily, I checked it after I'd sent it, and I edited it within like a second. But you think, oh my God, she's going to get an alert. Oh yeah, that one. Pegasus, how you doing? I felt awful because she'll have got a notification of my message with the laughing faces on. So yeah, I changed it and I hid for a little bit. Scariest animals in the woods, probably man. Deers in rut can be a bit iffy. We haven't got the big reds here. We've got the roe deer. They're like a smaller whitetail, best I can describe them. And they can be a bit testy when they want to. But they're normally really shy. But the animal that causes the most deaths in the UK is cows. People going into fields with their pets when cows have got calves in, or walking through when cows have got calves. What was that? I just saw something big and brown just there. What was that? I mean, I've had a couple of moments with cattle with the calves. I don't know. I saw something brown just go that way, bigger than a dog. There was a newspaper report on someone being killed by cows not long ago. 3 a.m. Wow. Is this you going to sleep or is this you getting up, Pegasus? Yeah, they are, Jamie. They're really cute. Nice little stone wall on that gully. Jamie, you'd fit through there. It's not too long. Spirit, how you doing? I have loved being with Spirit this summer around the powwows. Absolutely fascinating and beautiful, and I loved it. Thank you, Spirit. But yeah, most deaths by animal is by cow. There's an issue at the minute. They're actually banning XL bulldogs, the breeding bulldogs, to excessive size. And unfortunately, they're being used as a status symbol by dealers, those kind of people, and people are being killed by them. There's kids being killed. Adults, people are taking them as family pets and not training them properly. A lot with them is human error, but aggression has been bred into them. So XL bullies are getting banned in the UK. There's been a spate of deaths. It's horrible. Hey, how are you doing? And they're hoping to get that ban in by the end of the year, I think. Have you tried unsubbing and resubbing and doing the bell that way? So to ban the breed, they've got to say what the breed is, apparently. So they're doing the work on that at the moment, and there's a lot of people with amazing XLs that'll have to follow guidelines, neuter, tattoo, muzzle. Yeah, it is. But they've been bred for that specific use, that status symbol, that aggression. Ooh. Getting well dusty all of a bit. You've got responsible owners there who have XLs, amazing family pets. But then you've got people just buying them for the status symbol. Used. One guy set his dog on. Someone's tried to cut down that tree and they've left it. It's got cut out the bottom. They've not wedged it. That's naughty. That's half a tree. Why haven't they cut it down? His dog was set on a man and it killed him. Yeah. Some of the bullies are being bred for aggression. So pups will often take the parents' traits. If your dog's nervous, the pups are likely going to be nervous. If your dog's aggressive, your pups are. Not all, but I can have that personality. So, yeah. Yeah, it's all gullies. There's one further back. I'm in the middle of two. And this runs down a really steep ravine the further you get along. I'm not sure I can get down it. I want to. There's like a little waterfall at the end. You can see I'm on a right little point on the land. But it gouges deeper and deeper down the gully as you go. Exactly, Cindy. Get your pan out. I need a pan. I haven't got a pan, you know that, PA. But it's something I want to do. There's a few places that look very promising. Yeah, give that a try. It happens with Nessie for me. I don't get any notifications for Nessie. No, wind's really starting to get up. So I have to check, constantly check. Drives me nuts. Ooh, nice A&M. Right, you lovely lot. I'm going to have to do a shoot. My battery is going to die. Cindy, are you on? Are you going on? If you haven't got Cindy, click the bell. Premieres and has music premieres. It's awesome. We'll have a boogie away. Nice one. Time's it now? 5 past. Yeah, she does brilliant posts. All her stuff's good. She's got a wicked sense of humour as well. Wow, the wind is really getting up now. So Cindy will have it's a few miles away. It's like 5 minutes drive away. I'm really lucky where I am. It's really rural. It's a farming community. Yeah, I will do. So if you click the bell, Cindy has got a premiere in like 25 minutes. It's good fun, brilliant chat, brilliant music, and just dance your little heart out. So thank you all for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow. Hope to see you across Cindy's. I think Nessie might be live tonight. We'll see. Thanks, Shandy. So lovely seeing you all, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Oh, Smee, all right. Sorry, Smee. Bye now.